and the lockdown is over. It is safe to say that they found no evidence at all of an active shooter. The difference between red blood cells and platelets are that red blood cells last on the shelf for 42 days, yet platelets only last for 5 days. I'm in the city of Las Marias, and this is one of the 4 houses that completely collapsed during Hurricane Maria. Fortunately, everyone in these houses are safe. Reporting in Puerto Rico, I'm AmandaLynnMason. Right over here, we have Kevin, who is one of the rescue donkeys, and he is the one that inspired this whole rescue project. You have cotton candy tri-tip, and of course, our delicious funnel cake. Oh, look at that whipped cream. They use several different markings, just like this one. Well, let's say they found a victim inside. They mark it with a V. Where Dia de los Muertos, known as Day of the Dead, will take place at 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and it's not complete without several altars. This is what ketamine looks like. It's been around for 60 years, and it's also a child anesthetic. This is the main drop-off location for these shoe boxes that they are encouraging the community to put together for children around the world. According to the Kern County Health Department, almost 3,000 people were infected with valley fever last year. The problem is, not everyone gets treated. Only 1 in 4 who are infected actually get diagnosed. Here at the fair, they have live option simulator training that every single officer trains with.
No, sir,
wait, let me see your hands. He is 9 weeks old, and this is just one of the kittens that the organization is going to be helping through their fundraiser. Yes, Jess, I'm live here at Pioneer Village. We're Safe Halloween. There's over 50 different stations, and I'm right here with the Flintstones.
23 ABC's AmandaLynnMason live tonight from downtown Bakersfield, where that alleged animal abuse took place. She joins us now with the latest on the investigation. Amanda?
Yes, Tim, well, videos surfaced of a woman that looks like she's dragging her dog on a scooter on this street right behind me in downtown Bakersfield. Now, I want to warn all of you that these images and videos may be disturbing.
The little dogs can't run that fast.
This video going viral after a neighbor released these surveillance videos of what appears to be a woman dragging her dog behind her scooter near 20th and A Streets Sunday afternoon. Brandon Sanders said he and his girlfriend were riding their bikes and saw the whole incident.
I couldn't tell what it was, if it was a pet or if it was just something that she was dragging.
He said they were yelling at her to stop.
Finally, when I started getting real close to it, it popped its head up. And it wasn't making any noises or anything like that, so it was kind of surprising. And then as I got up closer, I could see all the bloody paws, and that's when I kind of didn't know what to do.
Sanders said he asked the woman what happened and if she and the dog were okay. She responded,
"It happens just like it does with kids." And we told her, no, you don't drag your kids behind a scooter at 15 miles an hour. And then she kind of pulled the scooter over to the side and set the scooter down, and she was just looking at her. And I'm saying her because she was calling her mama, so I'm guessing it was a her. And she was kind of looking at her, and then she reached down and kind of fidgeted with her for a minute, and then she finally picked her up. And we were asking her, what are you doing? What were you thinking? And she told us to leave her alone.
23 ABC has chosen to blur the woman's face because officials have not arrested or charged her with a crime. Sanders says he and his girlfriend followed her for 20 minutes and called the police while she was carrying the dog. Sanders says he grabbed some photos of the dog because he wanted to have proof for the police.
And as I came up beside her, I was taking the picture. I was on my bicycle and she was walking. And she looked at me, and when she saw that I was taking her picture, she smiled at me. Kind of a smart aleck smile. So
I think that's what a lot of people are really upset about as well, that she's smiling, holding
yes.
the dog.
I'm not going to say that what she did was intentional, but it was very negligent. She had to have drugged the dog at least 100 yards before she even checked to see if it was still there. And that's just from what we saw, from the point to where we actually saw her to where she stopped.
We knocked on the woman's door, but no one answered.
I love animals. I love all animals. And I just believe that they should be cared for just like a child.
And Bird has released a statement regarding this incident tonight. We find the video to be deeply disturbing and are appreciative of the community for bringing it to our attention. This type of rider behavior is wrong and prohibited by Bird. As soon as we were aware of this video, we began our own investigation of the incident and have suspended the account for the individual involved in this incident. Now, BPD are still investigating whether this was animal cruelty or not. In downtown Bakersfield, AmandaLynnMason, 23 ABC. Well, for cancer patients, platelets are a lifeline, and in order to keep those who receive platelet infusions safe, bacteria and pathogens need to be eliminated from the blood, and this latest technology at Houchin Blood Bank does just that. The Houchin Blood Bank is one of the early adopters of this new technology called the Illuminator, making them one of the only facilities in Kern County to process platelet donations specifically for cancer patients.
Essentially giving us the safest platelet product you can possibly get.
In order to create a safe product for those cancer patients, platelets have to go through a complicated process, more than normal platelet donations. A donor spends 45 minutes to 2 hours giving their platelets. The platelets are then mixed with a solution, and that combination is placed into the Illuminator machine. In just 4 minutes, the machine deactivates any virus or bacteria that may be in the sample. Before the platelets are sent to the hospital, the solution is removed from the platelets by sitting in a sponge-like material for 12 to 24 hours.
It reduces it so the pathogen, any pathogen that might exist in that blood, can't reproduce any longer. So it can't hurt anybody anymore, which again for us is critical.
Klein says even a small amount of bacteria could be fatal to a cancer patient because they already have a compromised immune system.
There's been a couple hospitals in California that have had a fatality based on that, and for us that one is just too many, and we made the decision that for us that was just not acceptable. So we brought it here to Kern County.
The new process allowing patients to stay at home for their treatment, when before they might have had to travel to Los Angeles or further.
Most of our blood in the inventory goes to cancer. It goes to fight cancer, and platelets in particular. And platelets, again, this is our community that is probably the most susceptible for issues during transfusion. They're already sick, and anything we introduce from any product or any procedure in the hospital could have an adverse effect. And so we'll do everything we can on this side. This prevents a lot of that. This reduces the risk almost to nothing.
The difference between red blood cells and platelets are that red blood cells last on the shelf for 42 days, yet platelets only last for 5 days, which is why the Houchin Blood Bank is looking for more platelet donors.
Community needs you. Cancer is not going to stop anytime soon. We're working really hard to cure cancers, and there's a lot of really exciting treatments that are out there, but right now, patients need it. If you know somebody with cancer, there's almost 100% chance they're getting platelets.
The new machine may allow more donors to give platelets even if they've traveled to areas where malaria is common. Houchin Blood Bank is already in need of platelets, and if you are interested in donating, visit our website turnto23.com for all the details. In studio, AmandaLynnMason, 23 ABC.
Go to sleep, baby, in the treetops.
This is the first time staff has heard Lucille sing to her baby.
Lucille actually has been with us for quite a long time, and so at this point she has severe dementia, but she responds great with the baby.
Kimberly McNally, program manager of the Alzheimer's Disease Association of Kern County, says they started the Babydoll therapy 2 months ago, a tool they use to help their clients relieve anxiety and help make a connection. And it works. Meet Linda. Until she started taking care of her baby, she had a hard time connecting.
She immediately responded to the doll, and she, started to love it. She got this connection. And with that connection, she started connecting with the other clients that we had in the facility. She no longer had anxiety. She no longer had the agitation. She was now eating. So it was amazing, the response that she had towards it.
This is not one of your typical baby dolls. This is actually one of the therapy dolls the clients get to hold with real eyelashes. But more importantly, the baby weighs 3 to 4 pounds and feels just like a baby. Clients can care for their babies in many ways, from changing their clothes to feeding them.
And we'll get a little spoon for them, we'll get some applesauce, and sometimes it makes a mess on the baby, but we right away will help them. And
the staff cares for the baby dolls like they're real babies, even using recognizable baby wipes.
Some people will perceive the doll as a doll, and then we use that tool to just reminisce. And so we may reminisce, but you know, some people will ask us, is the doll real? And we tell them, what do you want it to be?
For both Linda and Lucille, the baby is a real baby that they love and care for. McNally says for many struggling with Alzheimer's and dementia who need 24/7 care, it makes them feel good to be able to help care for somebody else.
I'm not going to let anybody hurt you. No.
Like we say, the heart never forgets, and the heart never forgets how to love.
The Alzheimer's Disease Association of Kern County says they're trying to offer this therapy to more patients and say they're still in the process of raising money to do that. They say each doll costs $300 since they are made to look like real infants. To help support the organization and all the therapy treatments they have, they're hosting a fundraiser on October 25th called The Heart Never Forgets. For more information, turn to 23.com. In studio, Amanda Mason, 23 ABC.